Coach F?
Yeah, this is a quiet coach.
Oh.
There's a sign, look. No mobile phone conversations. No noise. It's cool. I hate listening to other people's conversations.
Oh, okay. I didn't know. It's a good idea.
Yeah. Where are you going?
Newcastle.
Oh, me too.
Oh.
Do you live there?
No, I'm going to study there, at the university.
Oh.
What about you? Do you live there?
Yeah, I'm at the university too.
Oh.
It's a great city. You aren't English, are you?
No, I'm Venezuelan.
Cool. You speak really good English.
Oh, thank you. My mother is English, but I've never been to Britain before. It's all a bit strange.
Hello? Dan! Yes, hi, how's it going? Yes, I'm on the train. Yeah? Yeah, it finished at 6 o'clock, more or less.
Excuse me? This is a quiet coach. Could you have your conversation in the corridor?
What? Huh? Yeah, okay, sorry. Yeah, Dan, sorry. What did you say? I didn't hear you. I'm in the quiet coach. Some woman was complaining about...
I'm going to get a coffee or something. Do you want anything?
I don't know. What have they got?
Come with me then. You can have a look. They've got sandwiches and stuff too.
Okay.
There you go. There's the list on the wall. What do you fancy?
Fancy? What do you mean?
Sorry. What would you like? What do you fancy means what would you like?
Do you think I can pay with my Visa card? I still haven't got any English money. I lost my bag and then I nearly missed the train.
Don't worry about it. This one's on me. I'll pay. Have a toasted sandwich. They're good. Cheese and tomato?
Cheese with tomato? In a toasted sandwich?
Delicious.
Oh, no.
What about cheese and ham then?
Oh, yes, cheese and ham, please.
And to drink? Coke? Orange juice? A beer?
Orange juice, please.
Can I help you?
Yes, 2 toasted sandwiches, please. 1 cheese and tomato, 1 cheese and ham, an orange juice, and a Coke. How much is that?
2 toasted sandwiches, £3.45 each. Coke, 90p. Orange juice, £1.40. That's £9.20, please.
Here you are.
And that's 80p change. Thank you. That's very kind of you. It's a lot of money. That's nearly £10.
Don't worry about it. I'm a real gentleman. Tell you what, you can take me out for lunch one day in Newcastle. You can pay for me. I'll give you my phone number. Is that a deal?
Okay, it's a deal.
Good. Now let's sit down and eat these.
Okay.
Jamie sounds nice.
Honestly, you women.
What?
Never mind. Right, that's almost the end, but we can't go before we hear from Gordon, our producer. Hey, Gordon, I've got a joke for you this week.
Oh, yes. Come on then, let's hear it.
OK. What's red and invisible?
I don't know. What's red and invisible?
No tomatoes.
Oh, that's worse than mine.
Right,
Leave
okay.
the jokes to me, Ravi.
Come on then, let's hear it for this week.
Right, I've got the perfect joke for this week's podcast. Ready?
OK.
Okay then. A man goes into a cinema to watch a film. He sits down and in front of him there's a man and a dog.
You can't take dogs into a cinema, can you?
You can in this cinema. Anyway, the film's a romantic comedy. After a little while, there's a funny part in the film and, amazing, the dog starts laughing at the film.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, a little while after that, there's a very sad scene. The dog starts crying its eyes out.
Oh.
This goes on for the whole film. The dog laughs at the funny parts and cries at the sad parts. Well, At the end of the film, the man waits outside the cinema until the man with the dog comes out. Excuse me, he says, I watched your dog crying and laughing all through the film. It's absolutely amazing. I know, says the man with the dog. It is amazing. He hated the book.
Are all your jokes about funny animals, Gordon?
Well, most of them, yes.
OK, we have to go now, but don't go away. After this little break, you're going to hear Tom, our English teacher. After every show, Tom talks about the language you heard and gives you ideas to help you learn. So don't go away. But we'll say goodbye now. See you next time.
Bye. Don't forget to send us your emails. Here's that address one more time. It's learnenglishpodcast@britishcouncil.org.
You are listening to a Learn English elementary recording from the British Council.
Hi, my name's Tom. You'll hear from me at the end of every podcast. I'm going to talk about some of the language that you heard and talk about ways to help you learn English. The first thing I want to talk about today is British money. British money is pounds and pence. £1 is 100 pence. There are 100 pence in a pound. Listen to Carolina and Jamie buying food on the train. Listen to how much everything costs.
Can I help you?
Yes, 2 toasted sandwiches, please. 1 cheese and tomato, 1 cheese and ham, an orange juice and a Coke. How much is that?
2 toasted sandwiches, £3.45 each. Coke, 90p. Orange juice, £1.40. That's £9.20, please.
Did you notice that she didn't say £3.45? She said £3.45. British people often say prices like this. Sometimes they say pounds, and sometimes they don't. The woman said £9.20 for the total. You will hear people say prices in both ways, but it's important to remember that if the price is only pounds, when there are no pence in the price, then we always say pounds. For example, we can say £3.45 or £3.45, but we must always say £3. Now, let's think about the pence. Listen again to the prices.
2 toasted sandwiches, £3.45 each. Coke, 90p. Orange juice, £1.40. That's £9.20, please.
Did you notice that she didn't say pence? British people don't usually say pence. If the price has pounds first, then we understand that the second number is pence. We don't need to say anything, just a number. But Jamie's Coke was 90p. If the price is only pence, then we say p. It's a short way of saying pence. P means pence. I'd like to say something else about Carolina and Jamie's conversation. Jamie uses a lot of phrases that are probably new for you. They are phrases that you don't often read in course books or learn in classes, but they're phrases that British people use a lot. Here's an example.
There you go. There's the list on the wall. What do you fancy?
Fancy? What do you mean?
Sorry, what would you like? What do you fancy means what would you like?
What do you fancy is very informal. Carolina doesn't understand, so she asks Jamie. She says, "What do you mean?" Then Jamie explains that what do you fancy means what would you like. Here's another example from Jamie again. Listen for a phrase that's new for you.
Do you think I can pay with my Visa card? I still haven't got any English money. I lost my bag and then I nearly missed the train.
Don't worry about it. This one's on me. I'll pay. Have a toasted sandwich. They're good. Cheese and tomato?
Cheese with tomato? In a toasted sandwich?
Jamie says, "This one's on me," which is an informal way of saying, "It's okay, I'm going to pay for this." Try to remember phrases like this when you notice them. And do what Carolina did. Ask, "What do you mean?" if you don't understand.
Now, I've got an interesting word to talk about next. The word is stuff. Listen to Tess speaking and see if you can understand what stuff means.
And I'm Tess from London. Hi! Now, as usual, we've got loads of great stuff for you to listen to. But before we tell you about that, Ravi, I have to ask you, are you feeling better now?
Stuff just means things. British people use it a lot when they're speaking. Here's another example.
I'm going to get a coffee or something. Do you want anything?
I don't know. What have they got?
Come with me then. You can have a look. They've got sandwiches and stuff too.
Okay.
Jamie doesn't want to tell Carolina all of the things that she can buy, so he just says sandwiches and stuff. All the other things that they can buy to eat on the train. The next time you listen to a film or a TV programme in English, listen for people saying stuff. I'm sure you'll notice it a lot now. It's nearly time for me to go, but first, I want to give you a phrase for you to try and use this week. Do you remember the question in today's Your Turn? It was, which do you prefer, the book or the film? Listen to one of the answers.
It depends. It depends on the book. If it's a serious book by a good writer, then the book is always better than the film. But if it's not a great book, a thriller or something like that, the film can be better than the book.
He says, it depends. We talked about it depends in the first podcast. This time, it depends means I'm not sure because sometimes I have one opinion and sometimes I have a different opinion. Let's look at how to use it in a sentence. The man says, it depends on the book. Notice the preposition. We say, it depends on something. So, if someone asks you a question like, do you like dogs? You can say, well, it depends on the dog. I like small dogs, but I don't like big ones. Try to use it this week. OK, that's all from me today. I'll talk to you all again on the next podcast. Remember, you can send your questions to me at learnenglishpodcast@britishcouncil.org. I'll be happy to answer your questions. In a moment, you'll hear the address for the website where you can read everything you've heard in this podcast. So, bye for now. See you next time.
This recording was brought to you by the British Council. To find out more and to access language activities and audio scripts, visit our Learn English website at www.britishcouncil.org/learn English.